Hello folks and welcome back to the EU qualifiers for the Starlight Miner. We have returned for day number 2 of EU coverage here. And no, I'm just kidding, this is a rerun right now. Sorry, we ran out of content. There's some technical delays. This is literally just a rerun from yesterday. Team Liquid versus Nigma, and then afterwards we'll have Alliance versus... Wait, no, this isn't a rerun. But it almost is. It's just aggressive mode had gone from that picture now. But now we need an opponent. Alliance, they did make it through the finals. They're sitting there, they're chilling. They're sipping some celebratory wine if it doesn't actually have any alcohol in it because they want to be on tip-top shape and completely aware for their series later today. And they need an opponent right here. We got Team Liquid versus Nigma for the second time. The second day in a row, folks. And we are already getting off the aggressive start. We'll see. We open up with the starter. I love seeing these type of offlanes. I feel like this is actually the way that we're going to see the meta play out more and more as time goes on around this patch, is these aggressive type offlaners. I don't think the utility offlaners with the pipe building and the Brimstone or Vlads or whatever you need is dead. It never will be. But I think we are moving back towards this kind of blink initiation type hero in those lineups. I think there's enough gap in terms of the timings on coming together that you can get away with that now, especially with the move away from like these kind of... I don't think we're fully out of this death wall logic, but it's also the way they move the outpost around, the way they kind of change the prioritization, and also the speed at which you get neutralimes gives you a little bit more breathing room to actually, like, you know, farm individually before stacking up. I'm getting them quick now. Oh god, I love this lane. Snapfire plus Slardar, if they want to run it, because you could actually just put the Snapfire with the safe laner, but Snapfire plus Slardar, if you choose to go with that one, is actually a brutal lane. The double stun or triple, really, if you think about the passive bash, as well as the fact that you can actually just boomstick people down with the Scat Blast. It's so much damage in the lane. I actually like this kind of draft start from Nigma. It's them actually setting up a Slardar to win. I feel like we did see one Slardar yesterday, I believe it was. It was played in the 4 though, and that was more their kind of, you know, flinch reaction on the side of aggressive mode to avoid a bad laning phase, but then it just kind of got rougher. Slardar is a hero that needs a good start. Liquid, tried and proven. They go for the Lich Shaker. Solid opener. Does not give away everything to the side of Nigma, because of course this could still be a boxy Shaker. More likely we see the 4 Shaker right now. It just feels a little bit more reliable, I want to say, at the moment. You're seeing this desirability, I want to say, by teams to actually have 4 that can gank mid again. Usually because it's like a preemptive strike port, right? Is that a lot of these mids we're seeing get picked right now are trying to be active on the map. They're trying to make rotations around level 8, close to the 10-minute mark, try and punish. Even though the outposts are no longer there, they still see the value to like set up a lane for success. And Shaker is one of those heroes that just completely stems your ability to do that rapidly, right? Like, he comes to your lane, he shuts you down, he kills you off once, maybe twice, and all of a sudden, instead of ganking from a position of strength, you are ganking desperately looking for some sort of recovery.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
So Liquid right now would benefit from a little bit more stuns for this pick. It could hold off on revealing the 3/4 distribution until the 4th pick. So maybe this pick you just look towards getting solid in the safe lane. PL is still available. PL, I don't know if you want that against the Slardar necessarily. Troll or did get banned out, which would have been amazing against the Slardar.
Team pick.
And they go for the Monkey King. Bit of a Monkey S-King situation. That lane is actually volatile. I don't know if they want to play into the Slardar Snapfire necessarily, or they're trying to flex this a little bit to see what the response is from Nigma. Because you could run this in the mid. Reason is that Monkey King, while he is a, you know, he's up against a melee hero, it does seem good. You do have to survive the initial run. Lich can kind of provide that to you. It's just, it depends on how Slardar versus Snapfire plays up against Monkey King and Lich. I think that lane is the one we're likely to see a lot of kills in, if as the lane set up on both sides. Wouldn't even surprise me if we saw Snapfire take an early point into Little Shredder for a change. I feel like most of the time when we're seeing Snapfires at the moment, they like to prioritize level 1 Scout Blast and then level 2 into Cookie. As for Nigma, they do just have decent brawlers already. I wouldn't mind seeing some sort of plan around a double minus armor strategy. Whenever you get the Slardar, like, it's just a nice complementary element, right? But you're always thinking, can we actually double up on this? Is there someone on the team that will end up building a Solar Crest, a Deso, these types of items? They do the Bat Rider. It means to deal with the Monkey King, and this actually means that this could be a Slardar 4. I know, though. We talked about this yesterday. Like, it can be a vicious 4, but it does kind of rely on you getting the first
10
blood.
seconds
Otherwise,
remaining.
it can sometimes be a bit slow. This could easily just be a Bat Rider 5,
5
Snapfire 4, and I'd be
remaining.
okay with that as well, because I like Snapfire in the 4 just because you're a cookie cutter utility builder. I mean, you're also a cookie churner, but the point is that you can build into the Guardian Reeves, you can build into the 4 staffs. There's not really an item that unlocks something about Snapfire to a ridiculous degree. It's not like a Shaker who needs a Blink Dagger or an Axe, right? You need a mobility tool. Snapfire kind of has a well-rounded arsenal already, and it's just, what can I add to this hero to, you know, amplify the effect in the fight? See, Liquid though, more frontline. They definitely need a lot of frontline here. Monkey King is good, but you need to leverage it with another hero that can run in. So you're now going to reveal whether this is offlane Shaker, or you could, okay, Liquid, you can completely keep it up in the air. This does mean you need a bulk type hero in your final pick, though. You could just go for this kind of approach where, you know, they can't actually turn on you because they're too busy dying. I just think if Nigma, for example, picks another strength hero, they might be a little bit too bulky to burst down unless Liquid simply run over them in the laning phase, which of course we did say yesterday.
5 seconds
so
remaining.
wouldn't put it beyond them. As for Nigma, they have a lot of control right now. Every hero offers that. Bat Rider is a bit weak in the laning phase. If they want to run this as a 5 bat, it would probably be nice to have something that can actually synergize with on the lane, something that maybe benefits a lot from the chase down potential or has a stop itself. And if you're up against the Monkey King, Ray's already gone. This has been annoying. I don't think actually off the top of my head. First day of the game. First game of the day. Words hard to get the right way around. I don't think there's like an extreme gotcha pick right now with this Monkey King puck flexibility. Like, Liquid are keeping it quite open, so I think Nigma need to just focus on what they want. They need a solid right clicker right now. As I mentioned, something that syncs up with Slardar. Nice deal, yeah. Alright, this works. I wasn't sure if they wanted to go this way just because there's not necessarily a hero you're going to outright sustain off of, but the Monkey King lifesteal matchup, while Monkey King you think would have a brutal advantage, it's the Slardar factor. It's that minus armor that enables lifesteal to be good. It's also a beautiful thing because lifestealer can build Deso. So you can have that double minus armor strat, which is what I usually look for whenever you see these Slardar picks come out. It's just a nice bridge point. I think Lifesteal Bloodseeker really worked that way incredibly well. Is the game can be unlocked if they have a Deso, Solar Crest, or Corrosive Haze user. All of a sudden, their actual damage output in fights in mid-game is noticeable. It's not a case of, well, this hero will be great at the 40-minute mark. So running out on both sides, there could be more tower push, I think, from both sides actually right now. There's a lot of shove, especially on the side of Nigma. Most of it on the side of Liquid is going to come from this puck. So Liquid right now could benefit from something that can just push on the lanes hard. Maybe something in the idea of like a Beastmaster type pick or an Abaddon type pick. You don't necessarily want to pick that against a Lifestealer, but an Abaddon would be bad because of the Bat Rider factor. Then again, you could still be running the Shaker as a free. I just don't know if you want that matchup against the Lifestealer. You should farm okay. I just don't know if you can breed out. And Axe in this game is really good because it gives you that ability to chase for the Snapfire in the back line as the Shaker. Matter of it would take you too long to get online. Should just be a ban out of like cheese picks. I don't know if Nigma's worried about something cheesy still. Like, in theory, Liquid could go for something in the Brood Mother category. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily because there's just a lot of AoE early on, though. So they could count up lane. I don't think we're going to see a Meepo from Liquid either.
5 seconds remaining.
Although, you know, they definitely still need this front line. This is the thing. It's like Liquid right now just needs something that can run in and just take the brunt of the hit that's going to come out from Nigma. Because they do have much output.
Dire team pick. Team Liquid's turn.
I like how Nigma's the one for ban TA. The beautiful irony. And the Tiny comes out. Okay, so this gives them a little bit more catch initiation. This should be 4 Tiny. And then I want to say 5 Snapfire with Bat Rider mid right now by the looks of it. Which is actually a really good pick. And a way to roll it. Because it can deal with the Monkey King. Like, can keep range and just slowly will him down if he goes mid. And if Puck goes mid, Puck absolutely hates any damage over time based hero.
Now select your heroes.
And there's your front line. All right, so Liquid, they actually get the front line out. They also deal with the issue we're talking about with building damage. So it's actually going to be we on the Tiny in the end. I was wondering if they're going to try and be cute with this, but I guess not. So yeah, it's going to be Kura on the Snapfire. This is the well, it's going to be slightly cute. Nigma's going to be running either Slardar or the Bat Rider at the 4. And it is going to be Bat 4. I'm kind of glad they've done this. I'd prefer to see the Slardar on the 3, just able to get a little bit of gold, guaranteed, and be more useful. I hope that GH stays on the lane. I feel like his job this game is primarily to just make sure Mind Control's lane can exist and Mike doesn't force him out by like level 4. And then, yeah, you'll have Quake for versus we. Lone Drift versus Tiny. Tiny shouldn't be too bothered by the bear, especially since it got some damage reductions, but this should more or less end up being a farming lane, unless you get a solid rotation out from the Nigma supports, which can be a bit tough to do for the bear scouting, but there is toss back potential if you come around and say GH hits back with the Flame Break and Tiny gets in range for the toss, they can maybe make some sort of cute play. But I don't think that's likely to happen. I think what is more likely to happen this type of game is that we rotates the outer lanes where he can easily exploit kills onto the Monkey King. Puck, not so much. Boxy should be more or less safe, and I hope that Ty doesn't rotate too soon, because I think Boxy might need to be guarded somewhat level 1-2 through to 3. This is a big thing with Puck in the off lane, is the hero is still a dominant pick, but if you actually leave it alone from the get-go, it just gets forced out almost instantly and fails to have a game. That was game number 1, guys. Best of 3. Here in that best 5 grand final.
Prepare for battle.
And it looks like Nigma are going to move free bot to start with to see how things go. No, wait. Are they switching? They're switching this up. Okay, they're actually switching this up. Wee's going to be going on the out lanes with the Tiny. And you'll be able to actually deal with the Puck situation a little bit better, in fairness. And also, when you're talking about like the mid matchup, Tiny would get pretty roughed up by the Monkey King. I think either way it can be pretty rough. But also, Quaifo is going to be on the out lane, so both teams are actually shifting the lane situation around a little bit. And I don't think necessarily either one of these has been anticipated either. This is actually probably the better scenario for Liquid with this Bat Rider situation, is if he can't play against the Monkey King. As I think that's one of the better lanes for the Bat Rider in this game, is to just be able to actually shut out the Monkey King early on. This hero doesn't have much in the way of armor, so you can actually just right click him out of the lane pretty quickly. They will always see the bear, but there's nothing suspicious about this. It's just a bear trying to grab. So it will now be revealed quick for us here, but I don't think they'll think too much of it just yet. And I don't think they're going to musical lane too much. Yeah, it's just this one. Or is it? All right, the line has been drawn, actually. They're doing a full switch up here. Someone put on the party music because this has turned into musical chairs all of a sudden. So Miracle should be going to bot. We is going to come back to mid, and it looks like Mind Control is going to go to the top. I do think out of the 3 melee heroes, this makes a bit more sense. Any melee hero in this game is going to suffer a little bit against the Monkey King. It's just the Tiny can deal with it a bit better because, well, 1, you've got a lot of health, and 2, you actually move quicker than your other 2 components. And obviously, you can actually pressure with this kind of tri-lane scenario. Once you get to level 2, you can just get a point into the open wounds and maybe look for a kill, especially if Insania is playing too far forward. Foxy already has 2 as well, so they're going to leave mind control alone. I don't know how long you want to commit to this bot tri-lane. Letting your Slardar suffer like this is a bad thing, and in fact your Slardar might just die at this rate if it's not careful. They won't die for it. There's maybe a situation where you could actually have done that without letting him get away alive, but it's better just keep him low HP. Then you make sure he doesn't come to wherever he's getting. And you can already see that actually if they right click him a few times, he'll die here because they have both nukes. And on the bot lane, they're trying to pressure this lone druid. Sure, you'll slow down his farm a little bit, but I'm more concerned about what's going to happen with the other 2 lanes, because the Monkey King is get to the stage where he's more or less free farming. Turns around as if we finds like a cheeky tossback play, and then top will just turn into free farm for the puck. I mentioned that both of these heroes kind of need the opener to be solid for them, right? With the Slardar or the puck, both of them need to start the lane. But once you get going off the first 2 free creep waves, puck is the one that can solo in that one-on-one engagement. It looks like they've given up on the pressure. They're actually going to bring Kuro around. He will be spotted coming around the back though. He should be slapping down that sentry as soon as Boxy moves back though. Alright, his spidey senses aren't tingling then. Okay, this lead's getting a little bit worried. Obviously, we can't go for the tree grab build. You need all the points in the avalanche toss because the only way you're ever killing the Monkey King is burst with a rotation. So if you just try and actually go for the tree, you're moving too slow and the Monkey King can always just chase you down. It's the only reason Mike hasn't picked up on Oof. If he saw that the tree was grabbed by the Tiny, he would have an Orb of Venom on him already. You actually see how easy it is for a puck at this point. Double fair very far, still has loads of regen, can just burn it through Koras even though he's his strength hero, and doesn't have to give it down. Good news for the side of Nigma is the lifesteal is farming really well. I really am a bit concerned about Wee's slow start on the farm though. Mind control is finding some CS now that they've rotated up that far, which is important. I think it's a little bit easier for Liquid to leverage a small CS advantage just because of the heroes they have. Like Puck doesn't need as much to function as a Slardar, for example, and the Monkey King can do a lot with little. He actually just do a race towards boots. Rotation usually will find kills. Quick for the bot lane though. In a little bit of trouble, able to get away. And Miracle now baits himself. However, GH is diving, looking for the kill in the quick spot, but he can't find it in the room. Oh, the bear. That filthy bear. Quake bot will go down though. GH gets first blood and gives his life. That was a little bit dicey. Mike with very early rotation, by the way, and he gets the kill. Miracle is gonna go down still. So 2 for 1 exchange, but first did of course go the way of the Bat Rider and Nigma. Foxy's actually will take a lot of harassment here. Understandable to an extent. Denied. So you get decent value out of those tangos, and you're going to force the salve out of mind control and response. That rotation was a little bit of space for Wheat to get some gold, though. That's what I will say. You still, yes, you get the skill into Miracle, but you're going to rotate, and they're just going to do the same as you can already see in the mid. GH, however, if he goes down, this is looking nice. The Frostblast will slow him down. They decide against it as we rotate. Avalanche. He's still too slow. All right, he'll toss them on top of each other with harassment, but he wishes he had boots right now. Especially now that he's playing on the out lanes. That's where you can actually do some stuff with that. I do like the fluidity Liquid is trying with these lanes, though. And as like, what? Okay. Wee's gonna live. You look away for a moment. That probably shouldn't have been a kill. The only thing I can think of is they let too many sticky napalms build up, and then they got double flame breaks back into the arms of we. That shouldn't be happening necessarily, but it's one of those things you can get caught out by. A good back rider can screw your lane like that. All of a sudden, we has a game. His lane was a little bit rough. His start was a little bit mediocre on the CS side of things, but with those with that double kill, he's feeling pretty good right now.
Radiant are scanning.
And also bat, yeah, he actually now has the tranks, so he can run around the map, be pretty aggressive. Maybe he tries to rotate mid. I'm not sure either of his mid is actually killable at this stage though. Like Lone Druid himself is actually tanky. He has the raw. Now Miracle, on that life stealer up to over 1000 HP, has a buckler as well. But however, there can be a fight. Avalanche toss on to free, a lot of damage done, but now they're going to turn around and away quite quickly. Yeah, just trying to tap him down, but they don't have the balance strike anymore, so he'll get up. Power tiny, ladies and gentlemen. Just basically being a ridiculously tanky behemoth of health. And we go for the phase as well, so this lane should do less damage to him. When you actually think about their damage output, it's on the side of Liquid, it's definitely going to be mostly physical, because you can have the Monkey King, you can have the Lone Druid who's likely on the Deso build this type of game. So you're talking about Puck who, while you have magical damage, your right click can be pretty fearsome early on. So even if there's a rotation there, it's more threatened by the right click side of things. Talking about Puck, mind control is actually just given all the space he needs. I think they left the Puck alone too long, and now we're seeing the results. Like, you're falling behind on XP, you're still getting decent CS, but now mind control is up at 33 and 7, surpassing the Puck. Shaker. Oh boy, boy. Oh no, no. Sadie will go down. Tiger's Fury will get sniped out. The creeps will probably kill Tiger. Mike is hiding in the tree line. It's backfiring quick. Mike just has to get the hell out of here quick. We'll be able to do so just in time. The avalanche wouldn't go deep enough. But all of a sudden, Nigma are the ones who have Liquid by the balls a little here. They're still farming reasonably well, but these kind of kills that you're hemorrhaging, this is a very volatile lineup. And with the Slaughter having a good start, it'll come together pretty quickly. Boxy, he's just gone and away just in time. Whew. A little bit too close for comfort. We're going to try and actually pivot around the Puck though. The most logical play they have, because you do have the Dream Cool available, just stick Mike back in a situation where it's probably going to be the one-on-one, and you can already see the quick falls back to the jungle. Nigma were quick to anticipate this. They've got a deep ward already. They can see everything that's happening around that area. They know when people will patrol through and when people will come through. Miracle in the mid lane. Why not that swinging arm cycle? Put him off, but he'll just try and stand and fight. There's so many heroes here from Liquid. If this doesn't work, it's going to be a lot of time wasted. The cookie in, we looks for a kill. The toss on the spot, and they get the Monkey King instead. Responding number for number. Every time Liquid shows up with these aggressive moves, Nigma is just looking to match them piece for piece. And I also just noticed our Zoom is being... Right, I'm going to have to redo my config file. Foxy's going to have to rethink his life because he's just gone. There we go. That should deal with the fast Zoom for you guys. I think I'm gonna have to reinstall Dodo.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Second day in a row where it's done this, even though it's about. Jitch won't even be punished for this. They'll just do whatever the hell they want. I don't see any move Liquid want to make necessarily in the next 2 minutes. They need an item to pivot off. I mean, look at your Monkey King. He doesn't even have treads after a dominant start, right? He goes to the 3 Wraith Bands. He looked really good off the lane. And then unable to really do anything with that. Instead, he just starts dying. Boxy is nowhere near that veil. They'll have to fight bot though. They see the numbers advantage and they cut off Wig. Hasn't got much in the way of mana. Quick is there, will not be pushed far enough away. And the call, the root, everything to hold in place. Liquid, they finally find a situation where the side of Nigma can't match their numbers.
A soldier's fortune.
Dyer's top
it's important that you actually get this done as well, because it's already 3,000 gold. You don't know the exact number of your team Liquid, of course, but you have an inclination this is starting to get a little out of control. And when you think about the volatility in this lineup, you can already see it coming into effect, right? Chris, hey, Tiger. He will just go out. And this is going to get rough because you already see what Miracle is queued up. He's going armor into the desert. This is about that double minus armor, the rapid ramp up that we were talking about earlier in the draft. Tank control all of a sudden is just feeling really confident. The double bracer, one bracer plus the raindrop with the face boots. He's more or less unkillable. Monkey King, however, that was not even a lasso. That was just a casual rundown. This is getting mighty problematic.
Radiant's top
We've seen why
tower
Monkey King can be such a dominant force, but we've also seen over the years why it can be a fragile hero, right? Where if you fall behind a little bit, it feels like your game is over. You need someone to kind of, you know, feed you a kill to get you back to the game. Kisses out, quick buff, just gone. The Fissure was too late to save the day. Kuro might go down, but mission accomplished in his eyes. He's done what he needed to do. Well, that's happening.
Radiant's middle tower.
There is a movement around. Nigma are wrapping behind the side of Liquid, and they brought all their forces, and they see it. Still moving the trees. Might be able to get out.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So if they commit like that, toss in. Foxy will dodge out. Absolutely avalanche, and nice to block him out. They can't find the kill. Fairy Dragon gets away. Tiger's gonna get dragged since the gates count that out, but she can't move away quick enough. And all of a sudden, quick for rushing the bear over. With the fear coming out, will allow him to get the kill into the back rider. Time still here. Avalanche toss across, not able to kill anyone, just make sure that he's not going to be the next hit on the list, and does create the space that Miracle takes the mid tower. A little still favorable for the side of Nigma because they did get their hands on that tier 1 in the mid, and the gold exchange, while in the battle favors Liquid a little bit, you're going to see a situation where you're not the 5,000 net worth lead, and these timings are going to be pretty crucial. You're going to need something very soon on the side of Liquid to pivot off, just give you this high leverage in a fight. Monkey King at least does have the treads now, but he's nowhere near this Echo Saber. He needs someone else to funnel the food down his throat. Maybe Boxy.
Radiant's bottom tower
Being complete this veil, that might be the bridge gap they need. You can just see that we is constantly on the hunt. He doesn't really care as much about the farm side of things. He's just trying to connect with kills. He understands his role in this game isn't to be high on the net worth. It's to be high on the kill chance. Echo Slam bot, big target found. The one that is farming is Miracle, and instead he's gonna start farming heroes. That was an Echo Slam with no follow. Foxy will get out, or will he? He hung around to try and save Insidious' life for his captain, he says, but for his captain he'll die. There's no escape from that. Puck will go down, double kill for Kura, and it looks like it's going to be 3 dead as Insani is being chased onto by Wee with the DD. With the Coruscant there as well, One Punch Man has arrived.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Liquid just seemingly crumbling a little. I say a little, it's
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's definitely feeling discombobulated. That Echo Slam is meant to be your hoorah, right? Your big moment that inspires you to take a good fight. But it comes too soon, they're not able to get quick enough, and all of a sudden things are turned around on the Quaker as well. He thought it was an easy kill onto an old lady, just waiting the bus stop. And instead, she just gets in the driver's seat and runs him over.
Bottom tower is under attack.
We in the mid lane, green call. This will be nothing to get it. But he's so goddamn tanky, he's wasted a lot of that time. Will still go down as the reinforcements can't get there in time. Liquid finally able to just start basically trading these kills. And when you're this far behind, any trade is going to be favorable for you. Yeah, you lose your lone druid life stealer, but who cares? The tiny is worth just as much at this point. Tiger now halfway towards that blink. This is the thing they're looking for. Once they actually get that off and they can start to make some big plays, the Echo Slams won't feel rushed. You can actually just wait patiently for them. Also give them a secondary form of initiation on the back line, which is crucial at this stage of the game. You saw the damage that the more kisses are doing. And at this rate, like, Kura is going to get decent timing on the level 2 ultimate. And the damage is just going to melt through the side of Liquid. They don't have the tankiest of heroes. You mentioned this in the drafting phase, right? They don't have that many frontliners. The lone druid was meant to bridge that whole issue. So that still means that the Puck is susceptible, the Lich is susceptible, Monkey King most definitely, even the Shaker. And then when you look at items on the other side, the light from there has the armlet. It's almost got the desert complete. This is when they can just go straight into Roche. They'll want to pick off before they do it, but once he has that Desolator complete, they'll probably try and pick off the Shaker or force an Echo Slam usage, and then once that happens, they can just go to the pit. Yeah, Mind Control is still committed to the pipe. Almost has it complete now. It's interesting to see Slaughter the way they're getting played like this right now. It's this bully type laner who basically fulfills the similar role we've seen from last matches off laners. It's just, instead of relying on this dispel to be valid, you just amplify damage instead, right? You're this off laner who doesn't need to build a solar crest because he's already got a kind of effect in a spell that actually increases damage output.
Radiant are scanning.
And yeah, Boxy just goes straight for the blink. There's no point in the Veil anymore. The Veil actually had a point where it would have had an impact, and it was like 4 minutes ago. What does we want to do next? He didn't go for the blink build, he went for the drums, so he's just looking to run in. They're just looking to kind of overwhelm Liquid as they do that in the bot lane, find a puck. That was the blink reveal from GH. That's him a nice kill. Slows down the puck a little bit. A crucial moment when he was just about to get the goal for the blink dagger. And straight to the pit they go. That's a good enough pick off, they say. The Desto now complete. Corrosive Haze at level 2. Roche is paper. Nigma are the shredders.
Roshan has fallen to the down.
There you go. Aegisson has a miracle. And they've already taken all the tier 1s out, so tier 2's next on the chopping block. Nigma should be able to get them all down before the Aegis even gets close to expiring, really.
Radiant's
Liquid
top
could
tower is
try
under
and find
attack.
them splintered a little. There is 1 or 2 heroes off separate, but it's only GH, and he has the blink dagger, so he can get through. Dreamfall's going to come out of the back line. They think they found the opportunity. They'll go with the Wukong. Balance strike connects to the free. The raw through as well. Beautiful combo. The chain frost bounce around. They'll get the still a snap bar ready. We try to move away. Slow down too much. That chain frost still bouncing. Means they can just pursue through. Mind control slither away. They keep Vision for the time being. They are going to keep chasing.
Radiant's top tower is under
Vision
attack.
still not available for a long time though, so they'll let him get away. Nigma do cauterize the wound, they minimize the casualties, they keep it down to 2, but Sun and Liquid are finally able to find some more gold. Much needed as well. When you got these blink daggers coming out, picked up his, the puck has picked up his as well, you're feeling like you should be achieving max impact. And while getting the kill on Tiny is never something you'll complain about, what you're really hoping for is that Slardar kill, that third kill on top. As it's a huge reveal of double blink, you feel like you should actually be able to do more with it. The Nigma really are that far ahead. Miracle just confidently runs in wherever he chooses. They can't push on the tower just yet. There's Toyper is pushed in top, so that's not an option. They'd have to commit to mid, which means Liquid can try and set up if they want to defend this. They still have the big ultimate. Wukong's no. Echo Slam is there. That's the Dreamfall. And GH.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Wants himself a kill, won't be able to find it, but he zones them away. Miracle gets the tower in the meantime. And Koifa, he's probably just going to stay out as long as possible. He needs to get his Deso complete before he's even willing to fight. And once he even has that Deso, his main priority is kind of just keep pushing. That's control. Yeah, straight to Blink. After you get Blink, in this type of game, a BKB wouldn't be a terrible idea for the Slardar, just so you can chase into the back lines. It allows you to actually go with your lifestealer, as opposed to him just being stuck fighting alone when everyone else is running away. Deso is now complete though, on Koifa.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Excuse me. Oh, cool jump. Snap the goal straight away as they are on the river. They need to be quick with this. The Vision is going to block him off, so Mind Control a little bit of Sprint's going to come a cooldown, but they throw down the Wukong to ensure that he has nowhere to run high. But the kids is in the choke point. Will it do enough is the real question. It's still only level 1. but Mickey able to move away, and the slow's coming up. The last is going to be there, dragging the Monkey King. It kept him in place long enough that they actually get the kill, and Slardar, however, gets out alive. The hunt is on. They're moving forward, looking for more flame break to try and push back, but they're a little bit too speedy. GH isn't done though. He's staying on top of him here, and Sania's getting low. The Master Manus gets activated. Tiger does flick away just in time. The bear is being eaten right now. Some people like cow. You know, some people prefer venison, and some people are just berries. You can already see that mind control, after getting away barely in one piece, does move across immediately to the mid lane, understands that actually with them starting to leverage the advantage again, they need to keep everything pushed in. So the next time when they catch Liquid out like that, or counter Liquid's attempt, they can immediately punish it by taking an objective. Which is something they couldn't do in that situation when it's so far out of the base. That was just level 1 kisses, folks. Kirk, he almost had the level 2 kisses. Once that's online, the amount of damage there, if that happens again, Liquid lose 2. Probably more, actually. To be honest, Monkey King would have been dead if that was the level 2 kisses at this point. Quick little pause. I think this is actually one of the things that makes Snapfire feel so lethal as well. I feel as if with each change to the map, we're getting a high priority around these kind of choke points, right? You've got these stairs around Roche that we saw time and time again before they removed these shrines here. Even around the Roche area, it feels pretty tight, pretty snug. All these areas you funnel into on the map, like this has always been a thing with the base. And then you've got this hero, right? Which absolutely loves the choke point. And Liquid are up that really wants their opponent stacked, right? You've got the Dream Cooler, you've got the Echo Slam, you've got the Chain Frost. Try and force them into a cruel scenario and funnel them in. But that means that you're usually chasing in pretty rapidly yourself. You get caught out as a result. Tiny, however, will be caught out rapidly by the side of Liquid. Trying to move away, he is tanky, but there will be a Dream Cooler to ensure he can't escape. The reinforcements coming in will back off, as they were happy to just take the tats off, of course.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They got an Infest Bomb ready. They actually want to fight this, despite the fact they don't have the tiny for 20 seconds. Jump in. Quick bop. Gets shaken about, and he's just back into the base. Immediately dead for 45 seconds. Mike looking to make his escape. Doesn't actually jump into the tree in time. Has to throw out the Battler Strike. Will still get out. A little bit dicey for him, though. Liquid will just return to tending to the lanes. They got punished immediately after they shoot their aggression. And Aegis has been reclaimed now. The Miracle is a slightly more vulnerable target. I say slightly because at this stage in the game, he shouldn't really be going down. Heaven's Halberd, 2.2k HP with the armor off. And plenty of ways to save him, whether it's a toss out, whether it's the stuns being thrown on top of him to his opponents. And then when you're talking about stuns, like where is the magic community? When's it going to come? Because you can actually see the next priority for Mike is, okay, he around being squishy. That's not what he's tending to. He thinks the issue is more damage right now, so he's going for the Diffu. And then Koik for trying to get a little bit more lockdown, go for this Basher build.
Double damage.
So then you are very much relying on how good your Dream Calls can be and how on point Tiger's going to be with these fissures to cut up the fight. It's with the Echo Slams, control your opponents. As Nigma, I like the scenario where if they just wanted, they could go double magic immunity and then just run at you. It looks like mind controls it the way he wants to. He wants to death maybe, or it's the other way around. Jump in, Tiger got a free hit. Mike threw down the Wukong, so mind control down to half HP. But all of a sudden, Mike, he's feeling the pain. He can't find his life steal. You've got damn short. He'll get the life steal, but it won't make any difference. You can't reign supreme with the life steal himself. As 4 are dead down the side of Liquid. We're going to make it 5 as they run into the base. Foxy will move away just in time. They didn't quite cue that correctly, so they weren't able to Infest Bomb on top of him, but this is going to be build to die, and they're going to die quick.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And we finally escalated towards high ground. This is what we were saying in the previous fight. Is the reason that Nigma couldn't do this because Liquid would actually bring the aggression out to the map. But the moment that Liquid are back on their defensive, if you give them this opportunity, they're just going to work with it. And Mind Control, what looked like a wood crush, ends up baiting the side of Liquid into jumping on top of them. A 2.5k HP hero with a pipe clip. That's never likely to go well for the side of Liquid. And this is the thing, they're just trying to scale up raw damage to outdo their opponents. They don't have a Spirit Vessel builder. They don't have that advantage this side of the game. And they can't really decide whether they'd want to. I mean, if you could, who would you build it on is the first factor. But even if you did, it doesn't address the lifestealer issue. You just need more lockdown, more damage to kill him off. And he's the core aspect of Nigma's damage right now, as we saw in that last fight. I think actually what I'm really gives Liquid a chance to hop back in here. I don't think the Diffu is it. I understand K's need for it in this type of game. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Blame him for not going BKB. I don't think you survive with a BKB except for running away quicker. In fact, there's just a lasso, right? So if you put a BKB on this Monkey King, you're just going to get dragged away straight away and killed every time. You could argue bulking up, but right now, like, the raw HP element isn't going to help you as much. At least with the Diffu, you're getting a decent amount of AP, so that's just scale your armor up a little bit more. Which is your big concern. You need to be above 20 armor by default. And even then, yeah, they've got a lot of minus armor. They get minus 20 to you. It's not a hero that's going to build, for example, an AC. You don't scale on the health front enough to feel good about it. Not to mention the fact you have a lone druid, which you build it any day of the week.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Liquid, time to tend to the siege. As Miracle moves on in and with 16,000 net worth. Echo Clam jump in, Lash is going to come up. Interrupt the interference, and straight away they just turn on them. They're going to lose soon. Buyback comes out, the Monkey King with the Shaker is down and dead, and the Kiss is zoning the rest of Liquid away. It just looks so simple for the side of Nigma. They just run in, they just tank everything. They look at the side of Liquid, and they go, you're toast. And he's going deep, on time, on the spot. They two more hits to do it. We're going to go down, the Rick's going to come out, but look at this. Miracle just runs in deeper, forcing away. City's already dead, DK feeling safe in his own home. To move away though, because he's starting to feel the pain a little bit. Will invest in the GH and just retreat. That doesn't mean he's done here. They still have advice. They've used most of their stuff this time. Liquid, now that they need to actually be careful. Tiger goes in, stun control, we able to move away in time. Point for his man, trying to fight out here, but it's still really close to getting around. Final strength connects on the multiple heroes, but Miracle's unleashing. Tiger is going to go down. Dead once more for 30 seconds. Mike is also going to fall, and GG's going to be called as Nigma. They've reversed this around. They're going to be the ones taking game one this time around. And if this series looks anything like this first game, it might end up being 2-0 in their favor this time. Oh my, how the tables have turned. How when you come down into Nigma's territory of tradition,